Okay, I've only watched parts of this. I haven't really watched the whole thing yet, so I'm just gonna react to this in the moment. This was the Henry Nowak killing in the UK, in which some Sikh guy carrying a ceremonial knife stabs him, accuses him of having said something racist, and then the cops basically just ignore that he's been stabbed and cuff him and let him bleed out and die. There's more to it than that, but that's just like the little snip. It's actually even more outrageous than that. But this is the body cam footage, so I'm just gonna react to that.
My dad's. He keeps dropping side to side, so I'm just trying to keep a set up. I don't want him. He was on the bin on the other side of this gate. He's jumped over these fences and stuff like that.
There's a little bit of blood. He's been stabbed. And there's no urgency here. And they're not emphasizing that he's injured or dying right now. And so the police are very cavalier.
And he's obviously he's fallen from there, he slipped from there. There's other shooters left over there, mate.
What's your name, mate? Huh? Has anyone been hurt other than him?
Yeah, me. He's grabbed my brother. He's took my turban off. Started grabbing my head.
Are you injured?
Yeah, I got.
I take it that this is the Sikh guy who's claiming to be the victim as Henry is bleeding out there.
Swollen eye, a little bruise.
All right, just step back a little bit for me. Someone flag these down.
Yeah. What is that?
Right, let's get you out of there, shall we?
He's just said he's been stabbed. The police don't care.
I was in bed, asleep.
Grab his other arm. What's happened to you, all right? You've been stabbed? Whereabouts? Where you have, mate?
Okay. Oh my gosh. He's just said it like 2 or 3 times that he's been stabbed. And then the police officer responds, "I don't think you have, mate." Denies that he's been stabbed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I mean, they're like accessories to his murder. Oh. As they cuff him, as he's
Put the hand in.
as he's barely able to respond to them, and they're not taking seriously the state that he's in.
The cuff, mate.
This is like you've been walking, you can't.
Well, because the Sikh guy accused him of being racist. So if he's racist, I mean, the messaging of the left across the West is that if somebody's racist, they deserve to die. So you just you don't have to give life-saving medical care because it's somebody who's racist. Just pisses me off.
He's saying he's been stabbed, so let's just check him.
Yeah, maybe you should check him. He's saying he's been stabbed.
Face. Oh no, but we have to check, don't we? In the face.
Wait. Were they saying he hasn't been stabbed? Charge all the people standing around, whatever. Were those the family members of the Sikh guy? Everyone lying, claiming that he wasn't stabbed. Charge them too.
In the face. Oh no, but we have to check, don't we?
That's what it sounds like in the background. Them saying he hasn't been stabbed, lying as he's bleeding to death. These people. Oh my gosh.
In the face?
Just get these to back off, get their details on that, or I'll keep hold of them.
They have to go back. And if millions must go, then millions go. That's it. You can't have people like this in the UK. It it's like in my other video of the illegal alien killing, murdering 3 people. Countries have enough of their own crimes. The UK would have enough crime on its own without importing crime. They don't need to be importing. You don't need one murderer. You don't need it. There's just no reason to import it.
Should we?
Keep you on your side, mate.
He's saying he can't breathe. And part of the tragedy here, he's saying he can't breathe, but so many people resist arrest, come up with false, bogus stuff that they say to try to get themselves out of arrest. Will even claim that they can't breathe as a means of doing that. There's people who really are struggling to breathe. There's people really who are having difficulty breathing during arrest. But all the people who are saying fake and bogus stuff just because they want to keep resisting with the police, all that crying wolf creates a situation then when somebody actually is, whether it's struggling to breathe, or in this case, this guy has been stabbed and he's bleeding out and dying, and then the police aren't taking it seriously. So all the people who cry wolf make it awful for anybody else who really is having a medical emergency if the officers then don't take that seriously, because obviously in this case they don't think he's really been stabbed. They don't think he's really been injured, and they're not doing any due diligence to check him. They've just written it off as nothing. I just can't believe it.
So retrieve then.
So, yeah.
Saying to him, keeping him on his side. We must set up when we had him here, but he didn't like it.
What are they doing? They're not doing anything.
At the moment, you are under arrest. That's for assault. So you do not have to say anything, may harm in defence. If you do not mention your main questions, it's up to which you later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence, all right? It's going to be sick, I think.
Yeah.
These cops are so useless. They're worse than useless. They are in the way because a bystander could be giving him more care than what they're doing. And of course the people, I don't know, the Sikh and his family, whoever it is, standing around, they're saying he's not been stabbed. This is a dumpster fire. I don't know. Off to jail with all of them. My goodness.
Oh, right.
I just want you to call it.
Yeah, we've got this male. He's
Just-
been beat up. Are we able to get an ambulance, please? His pupils aren't even reacting.
Almost 3 minutes into this response, and just now they're calling the ambulance, and they're
Yeah.
still not administering any sort of life-saving care, not putting pressure on anything. I don't know. I'm not an EMT. I don't know what the right response would be. Probably to check him for the injuries and then stop the bleeding, because he's surely bleeding out right there, or having internal bleeding going on, and they're just standing around like dopes as he's dying in front of them. And it's just like, well, he instigated the assault, and they're saying he used a racist slur against the Sikh, against the brown people. So, you know what? If he's racist, I guess he just, yeah, just gotta bleed out. It must be lying or whatever. This, this is infuriating. This is the death of the UK, and this is what the left, the radical left, like, this is what they want for America, for the West. It's like the slow bleed out death of white civilization, of the civilization created by the ancestors of the Europeans, of the Greeks and the Romans of Europe. and the slow bleed out as people stand around and watch and nudge the body and are confused and call it racist. I mean, it couldn't be basically a better metaphor of the West being killed on purpose under the auspices of claiming that the West is racist. Another this disgusts and angers me. I don't have more thoughts on that. It's really sad to see that. I hope there's some justice. I hope there's severe consequences, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's not nearly severe enough consequences because it's the UK, and the UK it has already fallen down such a low point. It's disgusts me. Before I finish, while I was editing, I decided, hey, let me go onto Google and see if I can find out what happened with this case. And over here on Wikipedia, it says that it already went to trial and Digwa was convicted of murder on May 28th, 2026. So that just was a few days ago. His mother, Kuran Kaur, 53, was found guilty of assisting an offender. Good. Good. Some judgments happening here. The judge rejected Digwa's accusations that Nowak had physically or racially abused him. Good on the judge. Digwa received a sentence of life imprisonment with a minimum of 21 years. And so there's the thing though. Life imprisonment. He murdered Nowak. He murdered him. And he should lose his life for that. He shouldn't be on the taxpayer's dime for the next decades and decades and decades, the rest of his life. That is an injustice. He like they've got him nailed to the wall for having done this. And the taxpayer gets to pay for him and his health care for the rest of his life. That is an injustice that keeps going. And it's got a minimum, right? It's got a minimum of 21 years, which means I don't know. I don't know the UK's justice system, but that sounds to me like some sympathetic do-gooder judge or someone 21 years later could look at him with sympathy and let him out sooner. That's the impression I'd get from that, but I don't know. I know nothing about their justice system. So but I think it's what real justice is really simple: life for life. If you value somebody's life, they take someone's life, then their life should be forfeit. It's really that simple. He stabbed he stabbed Nowak to death. He should die for his crime. But anyway, all right, that's what I've got for you. I'm glad to see that there's some level of justice here, even if it's not as much as I would want it to be. So, what do you think about the situation and the situation in Europe as far as just the mass migration that's been going on and the lack of cultural assimilation? And in this case, anyone can cry racism and suddenly become the victim even when they're the criminal. So messed up stuff. Please leave a comment and let me know your thoughts. Thanks. And I'll see you around.